How's it going, everybody? This is Darrin with GuitarControl.com bringing you this video lesson. And today I want to show you the main riff, like intro riff for I Remember You by Skid Row. So we're not going to be doing like a lesson on this entire song. It's just basically on this riff because this is a good riff that like you can kind of use it as like an exercise for your strumming. And also transitioning between, playing chords and little fill notes and stuff in between the chords. So if you're a beginner, this is going to be fairly difficult, but I think it's really worth the effort to do it because not only is it a cool sounding riff, and after you have this part down, the rest of the song is like really easy. It'd be really easy to pick up. So be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look at this. All right, so for this, we've got two chords, basically, that we're going to be using. We have G major. So for this G major, we talked about this before, there's like, two different ways that you can play this open G. We want the B string to not be open. So I'm on the 3rd fret of the low E with my 2nd finger, and the 2nd fret of the A string with my 1st finger. The D and G strings are open. I'm on the 3rd fret of the B string with my 3rd finger and the 3rd fret of the high E with my 4th finger. So that's our G major. And then the other chord we have is C add 9. So transitioning from G to C add 9, we're just simply going to take our 1st and 2nd finger and we're going to move them from the low E and the A string to the A and the D string. So now my 2nd finger is on the 3rd fret of the A string, and my 1st finger is on the 2nd fret of the D string. The G string is still open, and I'm on the 3rd fret of the B string with my 3rd finger. Well, we're also going to, a lot of times C add 9 is just that, but in this case we're going to take our 4th finger off, so that way we have that high E there. So those are the two chords for this riff. Now, when you look at the tabs for this, you're going to see parts where like it starts off, it's a strum of all the strings, and then just the high E, and then just the E, A, and D string, and then just the D, G, B, and E string, and then just the E string again. You do not need to be that precise. When you watch me play it, I'm not being that precise and not really super consistent. I mean, as long as it doesn't matter with these, whatever strings you hit, it's going to sound good. It's mostly just kind of getting that rhythm to it. So I do a downstroke here on the downbeat of 1, and then an upstroke, and I'm just hitting the first, 2 or 3 strings. Like I said, it's not, that part of it isn't like a huge deal. I mean, you don't want like where you're just completely strumming through all the strings again. We want to kind of, break it up a little bit. So we've got so it's like down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So that's the first little part of it. Then we've got this little fill. So this is the part, like I said, that this is going to be, especially if you're a beginner, this is going to be a little challenging, but it's the end result is worth it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my 3rd finger where it is. I'm not going to remove that finger. It never has to come off. If you just keep it there, you can make the transition between the chords and the little fills without losing your hand position. Now we are going to take it off here in a minute because we've got a little hammer pull off, but we're still just going to use our 3rd finger, so our hand primarily will stay in the correct position. So after we do now we've got the open A string, and we're going to do a hammer onto the 2nd fret, and follow that with the open D string to the B string. Now, if you accidentally go open hammer, open D, open G, not a huge deal if you don't skip over that string, because again, all these notes are going to be in key, so it's going to sound good. Then we switch to the C add 9, and we do kind of the same strum. Right, so that was the first measure. So going on to the second measure, we start with the C add 9. And we've got kind of the same, kind of same feel of the strum going there. So, like down, up, down, down, up, down. And then we've got this little just the fifth string, third string. And now the second string open, hammer onto the third fret and pull off. And that's a triplet. And then we follow that with the open G and open D. And then it just starts over again. Now, if you just caught there, I didn't play it exactly the same way both times, but it still kind of fit, it still fits in the allotted time and still got that same vibe to it. So, like I said, the tricky part with this is just getting to where you're doing the switching between strumming the chords and those little fill-in notes. So you're going to want to take this slow. So you're So you can see there, I'm not like super consistent with, picking exactly the right strings. Now, if you really want to be able to like play the song and nail it and stuff, then yeah, you can really focus on trying to hit just those strings like that. But I'll bet dollars to donuts that if you look up live videos of them playing this song, they don't play it exactly like that every time. I would be really surprised if they do, because of just the precision of just hitting the single string. Sometimes you're going to hit more than one. Now, this song is in standard tuning, and it's not too terribly quick. So what I'd recommend too is just pull the song up on YouTube and then use the feature to slow it down and really work with trying to play along with it, because that'll really kind of help you to get that timing down. Alright, so there you have it, the kind of the little main riff intro for I Remember You by Skid Row. Again, the goal here wasn't to like learn how to play the whole song, it was just to kind of get that riff down, so it, gives you kind of an exercise for working on transitioning between playing chords and little fill-in notes and stuff. So if you like this lesson, be sure to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you have any questions about this or other guitar-related topics. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that we upload throughout the week. Well, that is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching and have a great day.